start recording. Here we go. Oh yeah. Back again where you can hear me, but you can't see me, but you can hear me. It's DJ Slider Bite with the Slider Cast. I wish I did a thing where you're not recording, you can't see us, so I'm just going to introduce my other co-host. What's up, Andrew? Or you don't have a different nickname or nothing? You don't have an internet name?
Drew Lips.
Drew Lips? Is that your internet name?
That's going to be my internet name. Yeah.
That's wild. No, what do you, so what's, that's how they find you on Instagram and whatnot?
Not at the moment, but it's going to be when I start really, delving into content.
All right, man. You got to, because this is my first podcast ever since going, you know what happened to me recently. Let me get back on this thing, because I went I was about to call it fake viral, but I went viral. Where is the damn it, I'm not fast enough for y'all. Where's it at? Because I was just showing you this shit. Yeah, I went viral. Or here it is right here. I went viral in a video with this other comedian named St. James. He asked me what's the bigger trap between marriage and having children, and I told him it was those children, because when you and your wife are still married, y'all can still smoke crack together. There we go. Crack, and then it got 6 million views on Twitter.
Yes.
So it was
anything with crack in it, it's gonna get plenty of views.
Yeah, so it's the crack, and that it got 6 million views on Twitter. On Instagram, it's like the highest ones got 5 or 4 million views, and then there's a bunch of other little copycat videos with 2 million views, and I'm not getting none of the credit at all. So right. that's the biggest thing.
People
too.
Don't even know who you are or where to find you in most cases, unless you're doing the tagging.
Yeah, they didn't tag me in it, so they're like, this person, I bet this person's probably a comedian. Then I'm in the comments like, I am. Follow me.
I caught that. I saw one of those. I'm like, you gotta do it. Like I said, a mutual friend that we knew from a previous gig was the one that sent it to me, because I wasn't privy of it. And then I saw it. I'm like, people should know about this, and she agreed. So
I guess that's the hustle, though. People will take your video and run with it, and then they get some kind of money for the views, but then you, the person that made it, you don't get nothing. But I'm not pressing for it. I'm just gonna keep making shit. And I swore I shouldn't have swore, but yeah, I am not pressing for it at all, you guys. I do want the credit, though. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just gonna keep making stuff and demand to be tagged and stuff, but we're just gonna keep it going.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. It's that one guy, Brandon Jamal. I like him. I actually like him. He seems like I hate that new term, crash out. He crashes out a lot.
It's being overused now. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be another term for it, but it is sometimes sometimes the new terms, you get it, but just like, I'm not using that. Sometimes you're like, I'm not about to say that, but then like it'll be like, okay, this person is crashing out in this interview, or like it's like you didn't have to like really start yelling at everybody in here. Like it was
so
like,
abrasive. And like crashing out technically for these kids, blowing up some people, running out and with the switches, and so when you think of it, crashing out in terms of just like going off on somebody, it's like it could be a lot more dangerous than that if you're really crashing out.
Yeah, but but I get the gist of it just with the Brandon Jamal guy. He is a Chicago-based person too.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
I might have heard the name in passing.
His most popular thing is he's got the song about the single moms. Like, you let him hit it raw. Now you a single mom.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Now you a single
I've
mom.
never heard it.
Oh, really? Y'all,
Yeah.
He's got a whole thing and then he came out with a mixtape with just, I would say like 10 versions of the single mom. It was like, no condom. No, nada, na 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 na.
Oh,
dude,
wow! It's a real stuff, though, man. He's talking about this is exactly what's going on out here.
And then you can see his glow up too. He was like doing the videos in his car. He seemed like he got like a better car and some suits and stuff.
Okay,
like
got a bigger budget, yes, sir.
Yeah, you can tell that. But then the other thing too, he been on the internet for a while. You've been hearing his voice for a while. That's the one thing I like. Like he didn't. just get popular from this. He's been doing other stuff.
Right.
And so he had this other one this other sound that went viral, and it had this music in the background, and it was like, I don't care how much fun we having, don't you pull out no cocaine, bitch. It was like,
oh wow! Out of anything that you're doing, the most hardcore thing. Oh, let me get my bag real quick. Let me pull this out.
yeah, no, the cocaine women are the worst.
Yeah.
I swear, them the only ones I just can't. Well, I don't even want to say the only ones, because then I'll be like, I said the cocaine women are bad. The heroin hoes.
The heroin hoes.
You know, like,
those meth mommies.
Yeah,
you know.
nah, but it was like every time I'm hanging around a girl that does cocaine, it's always too much going on.
Right.
It's always too much.
Something chaotic going on, a chaotic setting.
Some kind of finesse move. The one I was hanging out with a girl last week, and her and her friend were like, "We hold on, we'll catch up with y'all." And then we're like, "What? Wait, what? Really? I'm about to get this guy to give me some money for coke, and then I'm gonna block him." And then she seemed like when I didn't go, hell yeah. She seemed like the whole conversation, the whole thing lost steam.
She expected you to
be like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm a man. And so she's like, and I'm not no fucking user ass type man.
Right. I'm supposed to be high fiving that? No.
Yeah, like I didn't get what did you want me to say, bitch? Like it was like, yeah, get him. Get an extra 20 for me. Like,
yeah, like Toy the Tiger. That sounds great.
Yeah, I was like, that's stupid. And then she has a friend that I literally I cashed that person like $25 and I just didn't press her for the money, but her friend still owes me money. I'm like, oh, was I part of a cocaine scheme back then? It was like, we gonna get 20 for DJ and 20 from this other person, and then we gonna have our bag. Probably. And then they for sure got my 25.
He paid for some coke.
Yeah, see, indirectly.
Indirectly,
nonetheless. That's what I'm saying. That's not, no. It's always some kind of scheme or something. I was hanging out with this one girl like last year, and we were like making out and all this shit, and then she was, oh, I just wish I had some coke. And I was like, really, this is the situation ain't enough? I was just hanging out ain't enough?
Right.
I've never been kissing a girl and just been like, oh, man, I wish I had some weed right now.
Right. Man, I could use some weed right
now. Get off me, bitch. Where's my blunt? Like, I was like, where?
What's my bag at real quick? Hold on. I can't continue yet. I got to get the weed up in our system. That is wild. She literally just like, man, I wish I had some coke right now.
Yeah, she was weird. I didn't appreciate her. We'll see with the girl with the finesse girl.
Right.
But
right.
That girl from last year, that was bad. So I was like, nah, I'm kind of weary on the coke people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't want to be bad mouthing people. We just won't say no names, but you Drew, have you been on this podcast before, right? Have you?
Yeah, it's my second time.
All right, yeah, this is second time. You're from Chicago.
I'm from Chicago, born and raised.
Born and real from Chicago, not no fake suburb motherfucker.
No suburb. 606. What's in the area code or the zip code rather?
No, what's the full zip code? Because the Brad always says 60644. That's the West Side.
Yeah.
She the only rapper that do that. That's all them other rappers. They say they zip code. They'll be in Winnetka.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. But the fact that she even did that, it wasn't just like I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chi-Town. She did a whole zip code.
She was like 60644.
When I was a kid, I heard that for the first time, and I looked it up to see what the zip code was. Cause it wasn't my zip code at the time was like 60616. I grew up primarily by McCormick Place. So I was like still South Side, but before what ended up becoming South Loop, it wasn't even South Loop.
No, okay.
So it was like, yeah, that's really Chicago. She's spitting out the zip codes. My zip code currently 60649. So I'm South Side. I'm South Shore.
Yeah.
That's
what people pretend that Kanye West is from.
Right, yeah, with the Kanye home and all that stuff. Yeah.
I swear in Chicago, if you ask 8 different people where Kanye West is from, you're gonna get 9 different answers.
Yeah.
One person was like, when I was at working at this car wash, she was like, I think you're from the West Side. I was like, that's the first time I heard the West Side. It's always a different South Side neighborhood, but it was like that one person was like, man, I think he's from out West. And I was like, I think he might be an outlier. Because
there's always somebody who will say out West because they want him to be from out West. They want him lump him in with the Twisters and the Crucial Conflicts and Do or Die, and they think that's only Chicago. Like, no, it's not only Chicago. It's not just out West. I know y'all familiar with and obsessed with all of that. And to this day, when you have shows, you always gotta have Do or Die and Crucial Conflict on the same show, or you gotta have Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, and Twister. It's always those two, or always those three.
I mean, honestly, they should be like I used to love Crucial Conflict, and
Absolutely.
I just started following Wild Style on the internet. I was like, oh, you know how like it's almost kind of like somebody from high school or like an old relative, where you be like, yo, you still sound the same. That is
Right,
you.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm about to follow you. Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
hell yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, like he out
Right.
here. Do my thing and the news hang.
He was like certified the busy bone of the group because he had like the high pitch. That and he was like, especially when it was in high school. Out of all the members, it's like if you ain't know nobody else, you knew Wild Style.
Yeah,
You
it was
recognize
just
Wild
with the
Style.
voice.
You
Like,
recognize
"Do
his
my
voice.
thing
Oh, it's
and
Wild
don't
Style.
sing Desperado."
Yeah, yes, sir.
Him and the other dude, the dark skinny, was like, "My peace killed, I refuse." It was like,
Yes, sir. What a time.
that shit is cold. But no, I brought that up because it was like people who be from New York and they always brag about New York stuff. I'm like, you in Chicago now.
Right. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from,
I'm like-
138th Street.
I'm like,
from
I get
Harlem and all that.
Or
yeah.
they just be the one girl was just this other girl was like she was like, I'm from New York, I'm from New York, we do this. So it's kind of weird when Chicago people say this because in New York we do this. I was just like, bitch, you in Chicago.
Right. You're not in New York now. We
Just
don't
deal
say
with
this.
it. Deal with it. Deal with it, move on.
Right. Or move out of here if you want to move on.
Yeah, go back to
One
where
way or
you're
another. Go back to where you're from. Go back to New York. There
That
you
shit
go.
is wild too. And then when somebody tell you that they rich where they're from,
Yeah.
but you're not rich now.
Right.
I grew up rich. Really?
Ye-
Be rich now and
Right.
don't be scamming for coke. Like, I thought you was rich.
You wanted to get out of being rich? That's crazy. Most of us want to jump in that mug. Like, we
No,
try to be rich.
It's that and some of these goofy white people in Logan Square. Oh yeah, and I always start off. I should start off where I'm from. I forgot. I'm broadcasting live from the liberal butthole of Chicago. That is Logan Square, the neighborhood.
Liberal Logan, yeah.
Yeah, liberal Logan. It's the liberal butthole of the city. All right.
Mhm.
You thought it was Boys Town, but that's just the taint. This is the butthole. All right. People in Boys Town know who they are. They know that they're gay.
Yes.
People in Logan Square don't know it. So, so like that's
And
what's
your
happening
voice
up
sounds
here.
also a specific population. Here it's like it's way bigger than that. So yeah, it's way bigger, more liberal, more a-hole, more all of that.
It's more people trying to force stuff on you, and like you don't pay your own bills. These people aren't comfortable who they are themselves,
Right.
and then they're trying to tell you how to be and all that stuff. Like, low key, I just can't wait to move to where I'm not associated with these people anymore. But it's just
Yeah, I can't wait for you to no longer be associated with these people. It's ridiculous.
no, yeah, I'm just having terrible conversations with people at the bars. Yeah, it was this one person. They were New York is kind of it's performative liberalism.
Right.
So it's people with crazy looking dogs who can have the worst dog with the worst situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, I have a blind dog. I knew a girl that had a 3-legged blind dog,
Come on. Are you
For
freaking
real.
serious?
and she was a train wreck. So it was like,
And her dog looked like it was in a train wreck.
yes, I'm like, this dog's got problems. You got problems. Why? Why? And then they do that so they can hold up the dog to be like, you think I'm messed up? Look at this dog.
Right. I
Look
have
at
something
this.
worse than I am.
Yeah. You think I'm in a bad situation? You think I'm ridiculous? Look at this. It's a 3-legged dog that's blind.
And you're ridiculous for taking this on, so you look even worse
Yeah,
than you did before.
Fucking crazy. You want to have something to depend on. This little blind, crazy looking dog is depending on you,
Right.
and you're insane.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's just
Or it's a charity thing. They always want to make it seem like, they put themselves on a pedestal like they're the best person in the world because
oh yeah, it's like a fake charity thing.
Yeah,
Or they're like
exactly.
really help a black person on the South Side that really needs the help.
Right, go on the South Side because half of them are too damn scared to do so in the first place. So that's
Yeah.
too.
Sometimes I don't want them to go on the South Side so they can see how beautiful and how big the houses are. I don't want them down trying to buy up shit.
Yeah,
To me,
true.
that is the best thing about. I do hate that about these liberal people. They always had these crazy opinions about areas,
Yes.
and then it's like, okay, like I'm glad you think like that because then you won't go there
Right.
and fuck it up.
Right.
So
You
it
can
was-
stay where you're at
Yep.
Have your little stupid ass opinion.
I'm glad you
We'll
think
keep
that
it
about Hyde Park. It's too many of you messing up Hyde Park.
Hyde Park is exactly that now.
Yeah, like Hyde Park
a
used to be
north side
beautiful.
neighborhood on the south side. That's literally what it is.
See, I don't, and I have fun going to Hyde Park because it's like a kind of like a educated black folks area and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But you know, it's just like it's certain people who go to areas and just kind of ruin it. But I still want to be around Hyde Park and give that a chance. I like the affluent black folks because it's like when white people live around black folks like that, they know how to act. I feel like those white people aren't asking stupid questions, or if it's a black person that just don't agree with their super liberal shit,
right?
They're not like, "How dare you?" These white people in Logan Square are like, "How dare you?"
Because they're around blacks all the time.
Yeah, and they know that we're not a whole monolith. Up here, you're supposed to be a black person that's supposed to be what they say on CNN and shit. I'm supposed to be like crying for Hillary Clinton and shit. I'm still supposed to be sad over that.
Right.
You know, so it's
yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's what I was like, you got to know what type of folks you're around. To get around it, you know, there's certain white folks that are better to be around.
They're going to start asking you if you're going to be voting for Kamala in the next few months.
Like, yeah, that's why I'm glad I've been avoiding the bars, but I'm going to tell them no. I don't give a fuck this year.
Right.
Yeah, we're like I'm gonna maybe be polite. Some of those people at the bar, they know not to even ask me.
Right.
So they already know what's going on.
One step ahead of that. That's good.
Yeah, they already know what's going on, but I don't give a frick. I'm telling them straight up. And then that thing where I went viral, one of the questions, he was like, "Hey, who do you want to go vote for president?" And I said John Cena. So did I tell you I did this? I told you.
No, you didn't tell me that one. I would have remembered that. I'm a wrestling dude, remember? So yeah, that's
He asked me why do women like boats, and then I said that one, and I think that one was funny too. That should go viral. But he asked me who do I want to go for president, and I said John Cena.
Okay.
And then he was like, why? And then I was like, yeah, because it was one video where he did a Hurricane Rana.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that video where he did the Hurricane Rana? I forgot who it was against.
I'm sure I've seen it in passing and don't remember.
To me, it was because everybody know wrestling fake. I'm sorry to mess it up for my fans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like cute to where they're just like going through I don't want to say going through the motions, but they're doing their show, but then they get like a thing like, oh, okay, this is the finale.
Right.
And so they just do a whole bunch of moves and try to do a finisher, and then the motherfucker block it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like towards the end of the match, they was just doing a whole bunch of moves, and then the guy did his move, and then John Cena did a Hurricane Rana,
right?
And then he did his finisher, and you could hear Jim Ross? Who was the king? Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
The way Jerry Lawler was like, Hurricane Rana, oh my God. Like the way he reacted, you could tell like this big nigga did a Hurricane Rana. Yeah. Like he was like,
cause that's not even a regular John Cena thing.
No, and so he's too big.
Right. Oh, muscle bound and all that. Doing a regular Mysterio move, basically.
Look, it looked so weird when he did it, and then my man was like, "Oh my God!" Like he was like.
And if anyone that knows Jerry Lawler and from the Puppies, era and the Attitude Era, he was basically talking about women's boobs. You know his voice can go high. So
yeah.
Oh my God.
No, you could tell it wasn't. But when it goes high, it's like he expected it. He's like, I'm selling it.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell when he saw that Hurricane Rana, and then he was laughing. He laughed. He said it kind of laughing, like, "Oh my God!" It's like, it was like, okay. He was like, "All right, this guy is a class actor, like a champion, like for real, like
something else."
Yeah, like he just gave the fans like this big motherfucker just did a Hurricane Rana, like that one. I talked about that, and remember when he did something when he said he alluded that Taiwan was his own country.
I don't remember that one.
He said something about Taiwan being his own country, and then he released like a 3-minute video in Mandarin, in full Mandarin.
Oh,
where it was like I was like, this motherfucker been practicing that shit. Like,
right.
It was like
absolutely.
And then you don't have to understand Mandarin to tell that this is a I'm sorry tone.
Yeah,
you don't like.
Right.
He was like, oh, he was like, like I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I don't want to fuck up my money or my company's money or nobody's money. Right. I'm sorry. Whatever y'all got going on with Taiwan, that's y'all's business.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't have nothing to do with that shit.
Okay, I know there was something related to Taiwan. Like either he said something.
He didn't mean it. You could tell he was just like blah blah blah.
Be disrespectful, but people kind of like got kinda,
No, or it was just like hey, that government don't play about that type of shit. So
Right.
you better. I don't know what y'all got going on. Whatever y'all say Taiwan is,
Right.
that's what y'all say, and we gonna say that. It's like,
Exactly.
I'm not saying what the fuck I want to say. I'm saying what y'all want me to say,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to say that in Mandarin, not even in English. I'm saying it in y'all shit.
So,
So,
y'all,
like,
y'all know I'm legit. I'm just trying to tell y'all, look, okay.
yeah, and then I was like, I want him to be the president because he could be in them back rooms begging just like that.
Yeah.
So he could be,
The art of negotiation, yeah.
yeah, he could be like, hey, don't invade the U.S. like that. We still need more time. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
We'll give y'all North Dakota or something. Like, come on now.
We got resources too. I know we take it for everybody else. We got some resources to give y'all too.
Yeah, he could be back here talking right. Or like Trump don't know Mandarin like that.
Right. Hell no.
So like,
He thinks it's just about orange chicken. So,
yeah, he don't know. He gonna need an interpreter. Like John Cena won't need an interpreter. He might get us what we need.
Right.
But no, I said that, and then we was joking, and then I was like, I said something like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Trump 4 different times. So I was like,
Okay.
I said it on the camera, so I don't know how they gonna chop it up or whatever, or maybe he's not releasing it because he knows I'll have to fear for my life in this neighborhood.
This is the right time to release it. If anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you need to release it now instead of later on, but it's a whole probably when it's the full on race and it's you see if they choose Kamala, which it should be a choice. She shouldn't just be selected or whatever. It should be a thing because it's just kind of funny. People's talking about it like normally it would be like a like some kind of vote on it. It'd be some kind of vote on it. If they
Right.
just automatically choose her, that is low key like a dictatorship. And people were saying this is the party who said they don't want a dictatorship. They don't want appointed officials. But then this bitch is technically an appointed official. They just
Right.
appointed her where she should kind of. It should be some kind of voting or vetting process, which I feel like it'll be quick. It's nobody else. And then I know there's other people who want to run and they're going to run in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you heard about your boy Governor Diabetes.
Oh, JB Pritzker.
Yeah. He released a statement that was like, hey, no one sent me any messages about the vetting process or anything like that, but I'm just sitting here waiting.
Right.
It was like, nah. But then I know he's supposed to start running in 2028. And then it's more advantageous for him to not do anything right now.
Well, there was also talk that, or speculation rather, as whether or not he was going to be one of those names in the hat for the VP. I think they're still trying to figure out the vice president. And actually, it's funny because, again, we're in Chicago, and the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, is going to be here. So we'll find out here in the city who the vice president choice will be for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, no, we will see. But they definitely, if they just were to pick her, that would just be an appointed official. And that is kind of against democracy.
I think it was, they were trying to say that it was all about the delegates. And the delegates wasn't a artificial thing, even though Biden did basically like, hey, I think you guys should go to her. But ultimately, all the delegates agreed, as opposed to like waiting for someone else or anyone. Like you said, other people coming forward, and people saying that too. Okay, anybody else hasn't come forward to it, but
I get what you're saying.
Are they telling these people not to come forward so Kamala couldn't?
See, no, that's a little bit deeper. If it's something what you said, if all the delegate people said we agree and we're not gonna go against it,
right?
Then I'll take that, but not
that's
just
what it seemed like it is at the moment.
Not just hey, we just picking her. Y'all roll with it now,
right?
And it's like nah, no. And then with black folks, it's a lot of identity politics going on.
Well, you got that too. Remember that. Like 90 million or 80 million was supposedly raised like within 24 hours or so particularly from black people.
I haven't even looked at it because I feel like some of them numbers be false.
Yeah,
and they be inflating some of them numbers, and then like we need to raise that type of money for our own community. She don't need
that's what
money.
So many people.
She don't need money to be raised. If it's only going to be 2 different candidates, they don't need to raise money.
No,
it's only 2 different people.
So either you already know who it is. You just hear them out. You're going to vote whoever you vote for, and that's that.
It's not democracy. They act like the Kennedy person is just not running.
Right.
Yeah, they act like I.
Okay.
I love. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. Just at my middle school, at Bovia Middle School, it was a teacher named Mr. Sherback.
Okay.
He was the algebra teacher, and it was during the President Bush and Al Gore election.
Right.
And you know how it went to court.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, and then at the court, anybody could have won. They could have been like this Green Party. He was voting for somebody in the Green Party, and I remember him telling the class, like, yeah, my wife wants me to take down my sign, but I told her since it's in court, anybody could win. So my guy's still in it. And then he was like, he stressed to us, like, it's not just Democrats and Republicans, it's other people. I'm voting for this guy. He was an independent.
It was probably Ralph Nader at the time.
It was a Green Party or Independent Party
Right.
person. But he was like, this is my guy I'm voting for. It's not always Republican and Democrat. You don't got to subscribe to one or the other. And I just like that it was somebody in our middle school in Detroit telling us it's one or the other, where everybody else was like, you Republican or Democrat, and that's it.
Right. Or you're, because of the fact that you're black and poor in Detroit, you're automatically Democrat.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, or I'm sorry, I didn't say the Republican. They just say you're Democrat, and that's it. And,
Okay.
Yeah, and there's never anybody that it's kind of. Have you ever been saying something and then you say something about your people or the situation, and then you listen to Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, and then they say the exact same thing?
I have yet to have that. I'm sure as I delve more into the material that I should have been done. So I feel I would get that actually.
My thing, I've been lately, I just get so frustrated. I'm like, black people need to be more politically astute.
Yes.
Those is my own words.
Absolutely.
More politically astute to where the average black person, you could be like, why is Drake and Kendrick Lamar beefing? Their eyes will light up. And then they'll be like, because so-and-so, they made the song, and then this song, and this song.
Right.
And then this person was like, I'm in it, but I'm out.
Yeah.
And then like they'll tell you all these details. Yeah, but then you'll be like, okay, then, so who is the most racist out of both of these two candidates? You don't just tell me who is the most. Who's more racist than the other? See, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you can't get no. Who is the worst person? If they both bad, who's the worst? Or who does what? Like you can. And I've always said that. And then I watched this thing with Malcolm X because I was trying to find his thing where he talked about using your vote like a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And that clip was only a minute long, but this one was only a minute long too. He said basically the same thing. He was just like, they was just like, who should black people vote for this upcoming election? And then he was like, I think that black people should vote for whichever policies are best for them.
And
not
this was
saying
how many decades ago?
He said the same thing. And then he said, I think black people should be more politically mature. I was like, ooh. I was like, that's exactly what I be saying.
Yeah.
But I say astute. He was like, I think black people should go more politically mature, know what's going on. Basically know like, oh, okay, this person seems like they're your friend, but they're not going to give you shit. And then the person that you know is not your friend might throw you a bone because they need to get in office.
Right.
So why aren't you smart enough to realize that?
Right.
As
opposed to like, okay, because you were saying with the whole question thing, like which one's the most racist, blah, blah. And then, most of them will automatically say Trump. And you get it, but when you say, okay, you're not asking me why I'm saying the most racist. Yeah, I'm not saying that Trump isn't, but there's two people here.
Yeah, and like I said, it could be a thing to where one person is pretending to be your friend, and they're not going to give you anything. They actually hate you. And then the other person is just like, I'll give you something because I need to get in office.
Right.
Both situations are crummy. I understand. But it's just the one person is like, I'll throw you something because I need to vote. Then the other person's like, I'm not going to give you shit. And then if it's, and like how Malcolm X said in the one video, use your vote like a bullet. You got a target, you use it. If you don't have a target, put your bullet back in your pocket.
Right. And that's really a good way to put that.
And so it was like, and so in case if it's two candidates and then they both like, I'm not giving your black ass nothing, then you don't vote for none of these motherfuckers because it don't matter.
Right.
So it was
at the end of the day.
Yeah, it don't matter. And it's like I know some black people do gotta get into this notion, like some black people wouldn't. I can tell when I'll be like, you don't just go in there and just vote on the, how like it's like propositions, like they're gonna raise taxes if they do this. Vote on all those propositions, but then just don't vote for the president.
Right.
It seemed like that breaks some people, it'll break their thought process. You can see the wheels turning when I say that. And I'm like,
right.
Vote on the other shit. You don't have to click nothing on them boxes and it's okay. Nobody's gonna die. Harriet Tubman's not gonna jump out of the ground and be like, nigga, no. You know, like what's
what are your black ass doing?
Yeah, you supposed to make a choice, nigga. Like it was like what?
And it's funny that you say that because a lot of them.
How dare you?
They would do the opposite. Like they would literally go in there and vote for the president thing and not know any of
and not
stuff.
do other stuff that's fucking up their grandma's house. The taxes then went up.
Personally, right. That's really affecting you and your household and your community and all that you weren't about the damn president.
We've been in this house in Eaglewood for 40 years and Texas was just $3,000. Now they $7,000? Like, yeah, because you didn't click on the box. You talking about, yeah, it's a good idea for them to do construction on the Green Line. You don't know
what's going behind that though. It's always
we just gonna rebuild this one stop, and then they just add some bricks to the stop, and then everybody's shit go up because they added a new entranceway and shit.
Right?
Like, no, that no. So yeah, we need to get more politically astute. But even just that, it's some people they feel like they got to do that, and then it's a little bit of the that's my sorority too. I got a cousin. The last 4 years ago, when I was just posting all the stuff that Kamala has done, she was just like, "Yeah, but that's my sorority sister." And I wanted to be like, "Is that supposed to scare me or something, bitch? Like, do that take away all the stuff that she's done just because you say that's my sorority sister?"
Oh,
and so our community got that bullshit too, where you could be like, "This person is a bad person," blah blah blah, and they could just be, "That's my sorority sister, though."
That's my AKA.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so you just voting off that. You're not saying that. And then like it's a lot of like mixed race people. It's this one guy I didn't want to follow him, but he's an Asian dude and he's a Q. Okay. And he's he's doing this shit and everything.
Yeah.
But he got on the purple and gold, and it's funny, it's almost every picture is Q's, and they're like, "You a Q? When did you become a Q?" And then he checking all of them since 1986. Like, and then he'll do the hand emojis, and he'll be like, "Since 1986." Right. I was like, okay. And then this will be a person who a straight up Asian dude be running for office, and then throwing up that sign, and the people like, "That's my brother though.
I gotta vote for my brother.
That's my brother
above everything else." I
yeah, and they'd be like, "How's he helping us?" Yes, he can do his hands like a triangle. And he knows that he can hop up and down when they play George Clinton. But besides that, is he with us?
Right. Is he really with us?
Yeah, he just your brother.
Policies. Is he the 112th person to say reparations? Nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, so no, just because he your brother. It could be the same shit with Kamala. That's my sister, though. And I'm like, you ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. And one person was like, I'm voting for her just because she looked black. Even if she ain't black, she just looked black. And then I was like, okay, well, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, girl.
Right. Absolutely. She could lock up your brother in a second.
Yeah. No, because at least because I was talking to somebody on my friend's page, and then I was like, she was like, even if she ain't black, she just looked black. And then I was like, okay, well, it's a bunch of people that look like us that's not with us at all. I was just talking to one at the bar near my house. So it was just
absolutely. You can't fall for that.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, we need to be more politically astute, or what Malcolm said, more politically mature. It's just sad. It's fascinating and sad that you could just literally replay, like all that shit still matter now. I feel like we're literally in a perpetual thing since the 60s.
Right.
We haven't really progressed since then.
I felt that way.
And it seemed like we were going somewhere towards peace, towards more unity, towards black folks doing things and standing up for themselves, and it's just been stopped since the 60s, and it hasn't gone forward at all.
Yeah.
We're still into where you can still show videos from the 60s and 50s, and it'll still hold weight now. And I feel like it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't show some shit with some political shit from 40, 50 years ago, and it still means the same thing. The people in the same situation. Even with all these other groups coming here, he'll be like, "Hey, these people wouldn't even be allowed to be here if we didn't fight for them to get here." And then they come here and they vote against us.
Right.
And it was like, that was going on in the 60s? Like,
yeah, and of over to now, still, just let it happen.
Yeah, no, it's something that is a little bit more annoying. Yeah, but then like we was talking about it, you got to do that at the same time, find a way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to have money. It's hard out here.
It's hard. Like
I hate ending it like that, but it's difficult trying to live righteous and still make money.
because there's so many ways to not be righteous and get money nowadays. And this is I've never, I mean, in my 40 plus years of living, I've never lived in a time where scamming and trickery, treachery in any capacity is at an all-time high. Everyone's trying to find a way to get a quick buck, to get plenty of them, to get one over someone in some way, shape, or form. It's normalized now. It's broadcast all over social media. It's being done to people looking at social media. Social media is teaching you how to do it. Social media is drilling in your brain that you got to do this and this and this to get ahead. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scheme. It's very absurd right now.
I just hate the people who don't. You got nothing to show for the shit you do. During 2020, you scammed. You got $40,000. If you was in Detroit and you got $40,000 and you don't own one of them houses that they be selling for $5,000 and $10,000,
right?
Or maybe if the price went up a little bit to now the cheap ass house is $20,000, you could have spent half of that on a house. Like, if you, it's just the people like that. Like, oh, I was balling. I had this many racks. You don't have no kind of building to show for it.
No investments.
Yeah. And then it's just that. You doing all this scamming for what? If you really doing all this scamming, you don't have a car. You doing all this scamming, you can't scam your way into a building.
Right.
You know, like back in the day, people used to do, you know, the players and stuff. They used to own a whole shopping mall and shit, and just, it was a grocery store. It was like, yeah, you know, it was some heroin being sold in the back, but then it was a grocery store and all kinds of other shit. It's a butcher shop.
Yeah.
It's other shit that people used and all that kind of stuff. It's just not people just scamming with nothing to show for it and nothing, no kind of centralized thing.
Yeah. It's the building towards something. And a lot of these people really get the image of like getting this money just to either ball out or social media or spend it on clothing and vehicles and all this nonsense. And it's like, you could really do something for yourself long term if you're really going to get this kind of money.
Sorry, folks. I think I'm allegedly smoking. I don't know, but yeah, it was just something to where like when you get older, you just don't associate with that type of shit. I just look and see how's people getting this money and figure out what can I do to get some money real fast. Just like the Hawk Tuah girl, that girl.
That's
you can see her options are running out.
Yes.
And now and I'm not hating. I do want to start this off. I'm not hating. I will say both of our videos got popular at the same time. I would say it's a hint of jealousy, but not hate jealous. But I just feel like if her video didn't come out when my video came out, my video would have been a little bit more popping.
Yeah.
It would have been a little bit more popping, but it was just, she's a little white girl, and she has a lot of incel fans that I will never have. So that's what it's, all them people that like her and want to see her will most likely never really want to see me. You know,
yes.
So just
instead of the Hot Tuah girl, would have had the crack man.
Yeah, but they don't want to. I hate when people cough into the camera. But yeah, yeah, she's got. That's the only. I feel bad for her because all her fans are fucking weird. Like a lot of those men that want to see that are weird, and necessarily don't want to hear her talk or be like, "How cool are you?" Like, say something cool. And so, she's done a couple appearances. And
I saw one that didn't go over well. I think
the one where she was in Miami and she started crying.
I didn't catch that one. I think she was on. What I saw was she was on stage at the music festival, and she came out and she got zero response whatsoever. The crowd didn't.
Oh yeah, no, that one because and then like it's just difference between you do comedy in a club and in an arena,
right?
But it's like, you know, like you got to be able to move the people in the arena. Like, hey, you guys, what's happening?
Right.
She wasn't giving them nothing like that, and then. Yeah, and then you can tell a lot of people are tired of her because she doesn't do nothing. She just comes out like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and because it goes with her. She's like, "I'm not trying to be weird or do nothing nasty or come out super sexual and shit." So, hey, you gonna give me $10,000 to be here? Hey, y'all.
Right, but you know,
hey, y'all.
Tuah had a nasty, you know, kind of thing to it. So you expected some Tuah. You ain't expecting no, hey, hi y'all. You know, I'm here. what you want to talk about.
Yeah, no, and then like she doesn't like. You could tell she's not like, oh yeah, I'm just here living it up, hanging out. You could tell she doesn't like. She's not a comedian. She's like, I've never been to Miami before. It's all hot and sandy, hot down here. You know, like she didn't have any kind of
Right.
Miami shit or nothing. When she started crying at that performance, you could tell like. I felt like in her head she was just like, this is some lame ass shit, man.
Right.
Like this is like, damn, I gotta be fake happy. She was probably like, I don't want to do this shit every fucking night or every week.
Just to get a little bit of money. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's some people that do it. It was like I was just joking because I know she got like it was like 10 to 15,000. You usually 10 to 15,000, but like people like Drake and Rihanna, they'll be getting paid like 20,000.
Right.
But 10, 15,000 to be at a club and to judge a wet t-shirt contest and when people come at you with your drinks and they be like woo 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 and you're like oh woo woo like I would have been like that for the $5,000.
Yeah.
Definitely for the 10. I'm down there, and it's plastic time. I'm down there, hey, plastic time.
It's the crap man, the plastic time man. We're viral, yeah.
And then if I start crying, it's gonna be a happy cry. You're gonna be like, that nigga getting money. Like he is so happy.
He getting money. He got the strippers in front of his face, man. He living it up right now.
Yeah, you can tell Martez. It's a long way from bagging groceries at Plum Market.
Yes, it is.
Like,
Long way.
Plastic time. Like I'll be like. And I like how she brought her friend with her. She always have her little friend with her and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just now she's on something called Fan Fix.
Oh, I don't know anything about this.
I'm looking into it, but it's basically OnlyFans, but no nudity.
Okay.
It's not sexual content on there. Well, you know how like OnlyFans, it's a lot of different things on OnlyFans, but most of it is like porno.
It's supposed to be different stuff, but then
it's supposed to be, but they just got the name. It's known for that. To where this, I guess, is just like really trying to be
like, look, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, like anything sexual, anything like that. We're taking you off the shit.
Don't come with that weird shit there. You say that for the other sites.
Yeah, and then I saw her. She was promoting hers, and she was taking a picture on a horse and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like she was in like a 2-piece on a horse. You can tell it was like a glamour shot, not really like a Playboy wannabe shot, but yeah, it was like, okay, she's running out of ideas. She's got shit. Yeah, I just adjusted the mic for the fans to be like, oh, did the sound just get better or worse? We're going to listen to it. And if the sound sucks, I'm still releasing this video. Eat a dick. I haven't released nothing in a while. I'm going to stay more consistent, you guys. I'm getting better. There's more stuff coming. I don't want to promise stuff that ain't happening, but I'm just telling you, y'all going to at least be able to see me more. I think partly I went viral because you see me and you just can't believe this person is saying that. I think it could be that. I'm not even trying to get on the because I'm the sexiest man in the world, which we are the sexiest people in Chicago.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, I think it's more like you look at me and be like, that crack just rolled off his tongue like that. You can tell he didn't even think about that shit. He just said it.
Came off natural.
Yeah, because it is natural. The crack is in me. It's not on me. It's in me.
There's no fentanyl, baby.
Yeah.
What totally pure. Cut your vein open. You take that little. Pure. There you go.
No, it's the real. So yeah, that's what gotta have going, man. And people jealous of the going to viral and all that stuff. It's gonna be good. And then I'm gonna be cutting up the clips. It's a lot of these podcasts. They look like fake ass podcasts too. You could tell some people just record stuff. They just kind of set up a conversation to record. Like I'm trying to do it. Like if we had the camera, it'll be like it'd be like you heard about that one conspiracy,
right?
No, like you're supposed to be like what? Like it's like a conversation thing. Like you heard about that one conspiracy about the dinosaurs?
No, what about it?
It's like where Tyrannosaurus Rex they all really have wings, but before they take it to the museum, they take the wings off and they just show you the regular Tyrannosaurus Rex and they keep the wings in the basement.
Wow.
Then they cut it, and then they release it like that. Literally, all right. You see how you just went with that?
Yeah,
that's how they do it. So it's
I believe that.
Yeah, so it's like as soon as I start recording this shit, we just gonna have fake questions like that.
There you go.
It's like, hey, you hear like if you hear that thing about what happens when you put on the left shoe on the right foot? No, I'm like, you look like a dumbass. like something like.
I never thought about that. I did that yesterday.
It was like, yeah, I bet you look like a dumbass, didn't you? It was like, yeah, and then they just clipped that, and that's the thing. I'm like, okay. Like, this shit is getting out of hand. People get money off that. People get money off of. I just hate I hate how people get money off of other people's stuff.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like if you are the creator, you could just find a way to make money off your own stuff because I created.
Absolutely.
They're waiting on me.
Yeah.
They're waiting on another Plastic Time when I ooze Plastic Time. Mm-hmm. So it's just like I could.
Like, come on, we need more.
Yeah, they're waiting on me to say some new shit so they can chop it up and put it on their shit and then have a fake laughter thing on the side when I can just do this shit. How do I make the money?
Exactly.
Yeah, like post me. How do I post the shit on my shit to where it's just getting reposted and all that kind of stuff? Especially the one on Twitter. How did the video even get on Twitter? That's what I think that's so funny. Like,
I mean, I know about it I found it on IG and was sent to it on IG, but I didn't even see it on Twitter.
I'm so proud of that one on Twitter. I'm like, who the fuck is even still using Twitter? It's like 6 million people on it. It's so funny. Let me see. And then it kind of slowed down because it was when it was at it was at 4.9, and then I was watching it at the height when it went to the 5, and then it was like the 5.2, 5.8. It was slowing around the 5.9, and let me see what is it at now. So it just like kind of slowed down. Where's it at now? It's just at 6 mil. It just says 6M right now.
Okay.
So yeah. So let me see. See, I won't get flagged if I do it.
Marriage or having kids?
I think having kids because you can't do the same stuff. At least with marriage, you guys can still smoke crack together. If you got kids, you can't. You got to like put that to the side or something like that. You got to put the crack at least for 4 years or something like that.
Once they turn 5, you back in the game.
Yeah, because then they can babysit themselves. They'd be like, get over there. Or they'd be like, it smells like plastic, Daddy. And they'd be like, it's plastic time. Like, get out of here.
What's a bigger?
See?
Yep.
So yeah. So it's but yeah, this is on Twitter. So.
Right.
Somebody named a bearded, sturdy partner. What is it? Oh no, I'm sorry. I was about to joke. I can't read. I hate when black people joke like that. I'm like, nigga, we ain't got time to be joking about not reading.
We're gonna joke about that.
Yeah, I can read my ass off, people. It's just sometimes I'm on point, sometimes I'm not on point. But no, his name is what is this? A Bard Bible study? Yeah, a Bard Bible study partner. A beard Bible study partner. What does that say?
Bearded Bible study partner.
That's a beard. That says bearded.
Bearded, yeah.
All right then. I'm on point most of the time. But yeah, and then you look at his page. Okay, see, he's got like. Does it say how many followers does he have? Like just 2,000 followers?
He has over 5,000.
Okay, so he's got over 5,000 followers, but it's just weird. Like, how are you reposting this video from TikTok?
Right.
It gets 6 million views on this thing.
On this platform, right?
Yeah. And then it's like, but then he put no hashtag or nothing. He just put, excuse me, and then the crying emojis.
Right. That's it.
But then I bet you if I reposted this shit on mine, or if I literally downloaded it and reposted the same video on my page, you know what I mean? It wouldn't get that.
No. Mm-mm.
I don't get it.
Algorithms and who you have following and sharing your stuff and all this. It's a game.
It's a game we got to learn how to play, man, because this is some. I don't know, but I love this on Twitter though. I just love it. It was just, and then I be tweeting a bunch. I get like maybe 5 followers a week because I tweet during House of Dragon.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so it's just like I'm saying stuff, people following me or people retweet. So yeah, so it's like it's almost oh yeah, I hate to date the show, but it is on a Sunday, so it's almost that time. Yeah, so I always like get on I'm seeing how to with the Twitter, like I just get in the algorithm like that because everybody's tweeting about House of Dragon right now.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like in there too, and it seems like you got to use something with what was I gonna say? The gifts. The gifts get more traction. People see it in the timeline and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. You're on Twitter because you retweeted something.
Part, yeah. I mean, because I had to talk to my son about Twitter, how to set up and how depending on what accounts you're following, and you can basically get a running timeline of certain events that everyone's quote everyone quote unquote talking about it at the same time. So yeah, it doesn't matter what you're posting when you're posting it for that reason.
Yeah, no, and I hate that they're cutting down on third party apps on Twitter because I like when you can have a little bit more control.
Right.
You used to be able to mute people's shit, like, or you can just be like I'll like somebody, but you can post something where I'm like, I want to like kind of ignore this or take this post away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to unfollow you, but this post right here is too much.
Yeah.
And him or some other person I like, because I try not to have crazy shit come across my timeline. It is, this one comedian was like, it is pulling out Twitter in public is like playing Russian roulette.
Oh, especially now because of the porn. And porn was always there, but something came up recently where basically was saying, yeah, you can have that on here. Like, you've been having it on here. So now it's like, you can have like the most innocent posts about whatever it is, and you go into the comments and there's some OnlyFans girl busting it wide open. Come on, check out my page.
Yeah, or see, I can see when it's associated with, like, if you type in something, it could be like a very innocent, like, I'm looking for posts of, like, mothers.
Yeah.
And then you can type in mother, and it could just be some regular shit, but then it's gonna be some kind of OnlyFans mother type of shit.
Right.
But no, it was like this person had a post of somebody walking down the street in India with a head in their hand.
Oh, I didn't come across that one.
I hope you don't. I don't think it's important at all. And then sometimes I just like this is happening. I hate to be the person that say it, but the world outside of the U.S. is violent as fuck. There's some people with some heads in their hands right now, motherfucker. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But yes, you don't got to show that shit. Or that's the reason why we don't live in this country, but other people should know, like, it's fucked up out there. So
very much so. Yeah,
to where, like, that shit would be a story in America, but that shit is not a story over there. And I'm not hating on no other country, but it was just like but the way this post was, I couldn't mute it or get it. It was like, do you want to mute this person or unfollow this person? I was like, I don't want to unfollow this person, but this post right here is terrible to see.
Get rid of this post. Yeah.
With all this, like, Jon Snow this and Jon Snow that, and I'm commenting on dragons and shit. And because I follow a bunch of Game of Thrones people and stuff too, so then it's like they're saying stuff, and then I see that crazy shit, and I'm just like, yo. But then when I used to have a third party Twitter apps, you can mute any post and not unfollow people and do shit, and I was like, we need a little bit more control, Elon.
Right.
I like the stuff he's saying though. He's saying a lot of, like, not anti-media stuff, but just like going at the media, calling out the hypocrites in the media and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I really want to do. He talking about the stuff. I got to do it though. I can't be the person talking about stuff they want to do. I really want to do a Daily Show type of situation. Because I just want to do a skit on how they talk to black people about this stuff, like what was the Project 2025?
Oh, that, yeah.
I want to just do one and be like, hey, like, and we're going to go to this correspondent that's going to tell black people about Project 2025. And then I just want it to be like a person in a suit, but the room's going to be dark, and then they're going to have a flashlight under their chin and light it.
Right.
And then they're going to go, ooh, Project 2025, Google it. And
this is spooky stuff.
Yeah, it's spooky. Google it. And then they'll cut it all off and just be like, and then I want the person in the studio to be like, that's it? Well, I guess that's it. Google it, niggas. It's scary. It's like, nothing specific to say, but Google it is bad. So, like,
it's gonna be a horror movie. We get this.
Yeah,
thrust upon us.
Yeah, it's just no. And then somebody was like, "We've always been under Project 2025. What's new about that shit that's going on?" And they always start babbling. Then one person's like, "The ID shit," and then it was like, I hate when people make Candace Owens right.
Yeah.
And she was just like, so you telling me black people can't get no IDs? You're a black person, you ain't got no ID. It was just the way she was saying it. And it was like, yeah, every nigga got an ID. She was like, you got everything else. You telling me you ain't got no ID? You can't get no ID?
Yeah, ID.
And yeah, and most people who want an ID got an ID. Most people have IDs. It's not a lot of black people that don't have IDs or access to IDs. None of that voting shit applies to us at all.
Right.
When they're just like, they're taking away voting rights. They're not about to take away anything from a black person from here that don't apply to us. But it's just, that's a part of the babble. But it was just funny. I'm like, when you make Candace Owens look right, it's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Yeah. She down bad with that case, man. Sheesh.
Yeah, your little talking points and shit. You're making her look good. She's a free agent right now.
She is.
Yeah, 'cause that's funny. She doesn't really. That's what I think is funny too. I feel like it's more independent and more real when it's like, oh, okay, you've been with these people and we seen they fired you, but then you're not about to get with these people because then it'll show that you're a complete liar. So you're in between. You're in the middle now.
She, for a brief second, she tried to kind of like cozy back into the black space, and then she dipped back out.
I don't mean the black space or Well, no, I see what you're saying, but it was just like it seems it's just the Democratic people are just fooled. They say a lot of lie.
Right.
They're just a bunch of lying ass people. And then when they talk to us, we're all criminals.
Yeah.
When it's like, what can we get specifically? Well, prison reform and everybody's got diabetes. And it's just like, no, you don't come at Mexicans with diabetes shit. A lot of them are fat too.
Yes.
It's like they just eat corn.
Right.
It's like, it's like they got eating problems too. But no, they get real shit. You don't come at them with like, all right, prison and jail reform. A lot of them are in jail too.
Right.
So it's like you don't come at them with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's we need to be more politically astute or mature.
Yes. Whatever word you want to use, be that. Work on being that. It's not going to be something overnight, one day at a time.
No, but to me, it could be overnight. Like I said, the same person, you could be like, why did SWV break up? Oh, girl, because. Like you can tell me, you give me all the details on that bullshit. You can tell me that. Tell me exactly what did Obama do for us? Oh, see, first off, hope. But besides the hope, you got to say that before. Besides hope, what else did he do?
What concrete things did he do for us?
Why you asking questions? Okay. Why did the group Immature break up? Because Marcus Houston got more popular. And he just started doing his own thing. You know, he danced way better than all them other niggas. You seen that though? like, okay.
Be enthusiastic when they start explaining this.
Yeah, that's all. I'll be like, okay, I see how happy. Why don't you get the same happy for the political shit?
No, I don't know about that. I don't know. Democrats treat me right.
I'm like, it don't matter. And you can probably get more business shit popping under the Republican people more. If you want to be more independent.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, so no.
It teach you how to go for the tax breaks and all that because they don't want to pay taxes. And realistically, none of us really want to pay taxes in the first place.
No, yeah, that is. But it was just like, I really want to own my own shit, have my own shit. It was like you can, in those states, more people have their own shit. They do their own shit. They got their own communities. And then even though it's like sometimes people look down on the South, those are all black communities where they got their own shit going.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you don't look at it like that way. Like where my family is, even though a lot of them are just ignorant. But like where they're at in Alabama, like down there in that southwest Alabama part, it's all black towns, all black police officers.
Oh,
you know, all black shit. I don't know if I ever told you this. It's like Bellamy, Livingston, Alabama, and then it's still segregated. I was like, because they always used to tease me and my sister, because we went to school with white people in Michigan.
Right.
And then I was like, where the white people at down here? And then it was like, oh, they live on the other side of town. And I was like, what school they go to? They go to the private school. It was like, oh, this shit is still segregated then.
Oh, wow.
All y'all go to the regular school, and then it seemed like everybody white that live in this town go to the private school.
Right.
Oh, okay. They make it to where they go to that school.
Mm-hmm.
You in the county school. And then they combine both black schools. And I want to be like, Did they combine all the white schools together? Is it one big ass white school, or is it?
Right.
Yeah, so it's a lot of, it's still segregated, but then it's not an issue because they still got their own stuff that's still adequate and it's not dilapidated and shit. And it was something that never really hit me when I went down there. Like, oh, like the grocery store and all that stuff. This is bad. It was just like, oh, we in the country. Not like, oh, okay, maybe. I did think like, oh, okay, I want to do the white people's stuff look better, but it's probably like the same rundown rinky-dink shit. It's all in Livingston, Alabama,
Right.
But they have that. It's like you never think about it like that. I feel like, and then that's like a Republican run thing where most of them can have their own stuff going on.
Well, it's the funny thing too, because I'm going to say there's that subsection of the black community that feels that we ought to embrace segregation to a degree, that integration has set us back, going back to where we did have Black Wall Street and all the other communities where we had black banks, black theaters, black policemen, black firefighters, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I wonder if some of these people know about what you're just talking about, like downstate, the segregated parts where the black people have their own black stuff. And then it's like, okay, if they know about it, why wouldn't you embrace going down there if that's what you're trying to, say that we need in the first place? It's already going on.
Yeah, it needs to be that, or like these black towns, like Memphis.
Right.
You'd never really hear a bunch about like police brutality out of Memphis. Man, the police officers in Memphis racist as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You never heard that,
right?
Because most I guarantee it's like 80% black.
Right.
It's a 90% black town.
Mm-hmm.
It's like shit like that. People need to kind of pay attention to I don't, you know what I mean? But sometimes you don't want to move. You want to stay up here. I can see if all your roots is in Chicago, you don't want to reroute. The one thing I will say I do respect about Chicago is more people are politically astute or aware here. And then especially with the neighborhoods, with businesses in their own neighborhoods, like people who remember High Park used to be, still probably want to hold on to it, or people who like Bronzeville is like, hey, let's build Bronzeville up, but we don't want Bronzeville to fucking change.
Right. Become too, gentrified or.
Yeah, just with people who will move here and then start complaining about shit and be like, oh, we can't have the Bud Billiken parade no more.
Right.
This parade is too loud. What? It's like,
right.
it's, and it'll be.
Years and going, and you talking about some damn parade, and it was here before you came in.
Yeah, and it'll be people like that. It's people with that attitude, with that same thing. Oh, I'm gonna move down here. Oh man, it's this parade. Oh geez, the parade is just. You guys just it should be if it goes all day, they'll be like, just have it for 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be people moving to a neighborhood complain like that, or the barbecue smoke at this place is just too much. I keep smelling barbecue smoke. They'll be complaining like that.
Not moving into a place because of the elements. They want to go into the place to change the elements. It's crazy to me, but it's absolutely people like that.
Yeah, no. So that's why you got to be strong. It's like the good and the bad about those neighborhoods on the south side. They just, I don't want to say not too appealing to, but sometimes they might not be that appealing to people who are from out of town.
Right.
Yeah, at least with me, because especially when my jobs are downtown or north side, I don't want to live too far on the south side. Like, I don't want to live in South Shore if I still have if I get a job in Rogers Park, I don't want to live in South Shore.
Right. Doesn't make sense to do.
Or even I would have a really good serving job in the West Loop.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be really hard for me to get to the South Shore or Hyde Park from the West Loop.
Yeah.
I would be in Brownsville though. I would love to be in, even though I would have to take that long little the little, it'd be riding through downtown, but then down to the south side. It would be better if I lived on the west side.
Right.
But then it's like we talked about this before. I like Brownsville is a better neighborhood. I like Brownsville as a neighborhood more than the west side neighborhoods. The west side neighborhoods are not really.
Oh yeah, flat out.
No disrespect to the west side though. Love the west side.
No disrespect to the west side, but versus Brownsville, no.
Yeah, just because it's got like a downtown area. Or you know what I'm saying? Like a little downtown area, Brownsville area.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, 35th, you would say?
that would, if you want to say, because I usually associate downtown, quote unquote, with like a central area.
Yeah.
And so the central area of Bronxville would be 35th Street, where you have all the stores, the shops. You got the public library, you know, Walgreens, LA Fitness, you know, the Jewel, which you know you always got to have a shopping anchor, and that's that Jewel. Everything's there.
No, okay. Yeah, see and then like I always associate Brownsville with 47th Street. Even though that's I'm talking to I'm somebody that moved to Chicago 10 years ago. Don't be getting mad.
No, that's absolutely definitely a part of Bronxville as well. I would say.
Yeah, every time I think about Bronxville, I think about 47.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, all right, I'm about to get my hair cut. I'm about to go to the it was like the Bronxville place on the corner, like some kind of barbecue place on the corner.
Yeah.
But then the Renaissance is there. It used to be Jokes and Notes. Used to be the legendary Jokes and Notes. I hate that I never seen anybody do comedy there.
Same here. I passed that the other day on the bus, well, a few weeks back technically, but
the Renaissance.
Yeah, and Jokes and Notes popped in my head. Like I remember when that was a thing, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna check this out. And I just never went it, and I've never been. And yeah, you miss it when it's gone, but.
Yeah, especially when you hear like, oh, that's the place where all the black comedians go and all this stuff. Now I wouldn't even, and then that's what I got to do to work on my comedy too. I need to be around, do more black rooms and more black shows and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But when you think about it, like, where would I go? I would go to Francis Cocktail Lounge.
Okay. Or
Riddles has an open mic on Mondays.
Okay.
Riddles is like an Alsip. Alsip.
I've been there. Last time I've been at Alsip, man, years ago.
When I had a car, how far do you because that's just hella west from you, right? Would it be difficult for you to get there?
Hella southwest. I got there by public trans. So what I did was I got off one of those Orange Line stops. It was possibly Pulaski or one of the other ones, and then you had to take a bus. It's going southbound.
Yeah.
And that took you into Alsip.
Yeah, like it was in my car, it was like 45 minutes. It was a minute in the car.
Yeah. Public trans, you rode to a certain stop. Because we went to a really small like bar. There was a concert venue. There was a Detroit rapper named ABK. He was on the St. Clown Posse's label.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Esham.
No.
Like, oh,
it
shit.
It would be nice, but no, it wasn't Esham. ABK. And so it was at a small venue, which is no longer there, more likely. That was in Alsip. We had to get off at a stop. That I think technically was still in Chicago, and we had to do some walking. And then we walked to the point where we were in Alsip. And we passed some restaurants or whatever, and then we came across the venue. I went down there one other time back in 2009 by myself to go to the shop, the Swaparama, because Swaparama has a location down there in addition to the one that's in the city.
Ooh, that might be an interesting one to go to.
Yeah.
Especially get like a box that's got different shit going on. But yeah, it was far as hell in my car, so I know it would be really far going on public transportation. And they got like a mic on Mondays, and then it's one of those you gotta drink. It's like a 2-drink minimum.
So you gotta buy a couple of drinks.
Yeah, you gotta buy 2 drinks, and then it's just only the comedians in there. I'm like, I'm traveling all this way. It needs to be more regular people in this motherfucker. Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, I know it'll probably. I just need to go to New York or Atlanta.
Yeah.
To do more like black rooms and all that stuff, just to be more well rounded.
And Houston as well might be a.
No, Houston too, but Houston's not known for a comedy city. Like right. I need to go places where I can get better.
Yeah.
And then when I go to Houston, that's when people are paying to see me.
I got you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I need to. Right now, that's what I need to do. But like, if I had it my way, or how popular my video got, if it would have got me as popular like the Hawk Tuah chick, where people are paying to see me do comedy, like then I would I'll be going to those places, but I'll try not to embarrass myself. Like I'll be like, I got a hot 15 minutes for y'all,
right?
Some shit, but I wouldn't say. I could probably do 30 minutes, but it was just like I'm not used to doing a constant 30 minutes,
right?
But. That's the thing. It was like if I was to get popular like her, it would be like, oh shit, Plastic Time. We want you to come to this club, do 15 minutes. Here's $1,000, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that type of stuff. And where like some people who get popular on the internet, they don't have jokes. Where like I do.
Right.
So yeah, so it's like I can do that shit. I don't even. I shouldn't even be undercutting myself. I could do a whole hour, y'all.
Yes,
But
indeed. 15 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes.
but no, for sure. Like I just need to just. I could for sure do a hot 15 if I sit down and apply myself. I'm always saying different stuff because there's always different stuff to make fun of. You know, like I went viral. Trump got shot at or whatever, and say what you want about that. There's a lot of goofy stuff going on with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just because I don't know, I didn't like that. And then the one thing I always had this goal or dream of just like jumping out of nowhere and just like I do a lot of surprise hugs. I wanted to surprise hug Trump, just like, hey, what's up? Surprise him. And then they shot it. I feel like his security is so tighter now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I do that, that ain't gonna turn out right for me.
You probably won't even get close enough to even get a hug before you start getting hugs from the Secret Service.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that would, just all that shit seemed bad. It was that. It's one video where the Secret Service guy is telling a photographer to move in a different direction before the shots went off.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it's a lot of fishy shit about this. And then the biggest thing when they didn't run off stage, you can hear one Secret Service person was like, and it was, and that's why I hate that I'm always defending women and women don't defend me. Some of those women were fucking around, but some of them knew what was going on. And so there's one woman, she was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You can hear her like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We should be moving. When they just stood there and then he started pumping his fists and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it was like, no, like we're supposed to wish this nigga off stage and, you know, get him to safety and shit. And you can hear her being like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why the fuck are we just standing here?
Right.
Like this against the real training.
Like that was not a Democratic crowd, I felt, because there was a Democratic crowd. I felt, particularly black people, like we just like, most of us instinctively, like we start hearing the gunshots.
Yeah, a lot of black people would have ran.
We ran or hit the ground.
The way that none of those white people ran, it was just weird. They just kind of
like,
they stayed, and then like people in the back kind of broke out their phones. And I don't know if that's the culture, that's the temperature of the culture, but especially like out in they were in rural Pennsylvania, like they're not in the city.
Somebody were like kneeling down on some. Are you sure?
Them people don't have a lot of shit to record. I mean, even that just might be, you know, I might be talking shit about people in the country and stuff, but they don't got a lot of shit to just whip out their phone. Like, oh shit, look at that cow. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. So they don't live like that where they're constantly recording shit. Like, oh, look at this person fighting the police.
They're not conditioned to whip out the phone at a moment's notice. Like, oh shoot.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I just heard some gunshots, but I'm recording this. This crazy.
I don't know what direction it went, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kneel down. Like maybe they're shooting, but I'm not sure they're really shooting.
Yeah, no, I didn't believe that. It should have been more people hitting the crowd. But maybe it was nobody that way because he's shooting straight. But the way that them people
you hear them gunshots, your ass supposed to be done.
I didn't think about it or how to say it like that. I like what you said. Mm-hmm. If it was more black people there, they would have ran.
Yeah, they would have got up out of that.
That's what probably, and then that's what makes me think like, if it was a psyop thing, that was like, let's just make sure there's no black people in the crowd. And then somebody was probably like, why, man? What do we need the more? No, because you know, when niggas hear gunshots, they will run. So we don't want them to run and then make everybody else run. Right. Because it won't look picturesque. It'll look like chaos.
Because people love following black people's leads anyway, so they go follow their lead in that case.
Or it's a crowd. So it's just if people start running, everybody else gonna start running. You know niggas will run. So let's just have mostly white people who, some white people know what's going on, and then the other white people won't run because white people normally won't run. They probably had to have a serious, like, let's not have no real black people in the, because they gonna run. They gonna question it, and it's gonna look fake. I'm not being racist. We just gotta. It is what it is.
It is what Oh man,
yeah. No, that's what I really think they was. Cause like you, yes, I would have ran. I wouldn't have stood there at all.
No, I'm getting up out of those bleachers.
Even if I was super like, I'm like, no, if they shooting at him. They don't give a fuck about me.
Right.
So I'm a vote for you in November, nigga, but I'm about to go. Like, it would be like,
get out of here. My time is out. Go to the hotel.
Yeah. You show on my team. I'm going to put you on Facebook and everything, but I'm going to get the fuck out of here. They are shooting at you.
I got the gist of the speech.
Yeah. I got you ain't got to repeat it. I'm already with what you're doing. But they shooting at you. And like, I don't know if they shooting at me either. So it's just like, if they do it again, I just don't want to be this close to you. Like it was. Don't want to be this close to the situation, bro.
No. Not trying to be on TV like that. It's all good.
Yeah, no, or not trying to follow you like that. Yeah, I don't think it's a lot of shit I don't trust. So it was Or like I got my one cousin. He'll be like, "What is really going on?" Like during the pandemic, he would call and he'd be like, "Yeah, what's really going on? Because this shit ain't."
It's funny when you see like how many people felt like that, and then how many people like literally just like went along, just like never really thought about anything being fishy. Just like okay,
No, and then I respect the way because he's not into that the conspiracy stuff and like all that other stuff.
Right.
Not really into that, but he was like, "What's really going on? Because it ain't what they saying."
no, at the very least, if you're like that and not just eating it up as expected, you're like something about this. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of. I think it's a lot of black folks ever since 2020 been like, "Hey, I don't be into all of that Kundalini rising shit, but
Right.
what is really happening? Should I protect my Kundalini? Tell me
Yeah.
where it is so I can protect it. Because what the fuck is really happening? Like what's there's something else going on. They talking about there's something in the air that can kill us, but I still got to pay my bills.
Right.
What's going on? I got to go outside to pay the bills,
You know?
but the poisonous air, like, this mask help? I don't know. It's like,
They say don't drink the water because this isn't it. So you buy bottled water, but you're not supposed to drink plastic bottles. So what the hell am I supposed to get my water from, bro?
yeah, what is really going on?
What is really going on, man?
I like that. I like that. What's really going on phrase.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next podcast. We're gonna have another separate podcast from this one, really delving into the issues. What's really going on?
No, yeah, or I mean, it could be. It's a comedian named CP where he talks about conspiracy theories and stuff. So that'll be that. We could do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like everything is a conspiracy. I hate using that term.
I don't like it because I feel that there are those that are crazy enough to think every single solitary thing is a conspiracy, and I feel there are things that are not a conspiracy or not to be overthought. But then it's like, where's that limit? Where's that line?
No, I just know they have it to where when you question anything, as soon as you throw the term conspiracy on it, or you can question something, you could be like, man, why is it so hot in here? Oh, you a conspiracy theorist. You about to start talking about the heat rising and shit.
Right. Climate change and all this other stuff.
Yeah, no, then it's just instantly puts doubt on everything what you got to say. It makes you look like you're a crazy person. And all you said was, why is it so hot in here? Right now, it's hot. Like, oh, man, you a conspiracy theorist. You about to start talking about heat and shit.
You always got to be the one to bring up ask a question.
It's spirits on us and it's heating up our body temperature. Is that what you about to say? You know,
it's January 16th and it's 80 degrees outside. Here you go asking why is it so damn hot in Chicago in the middle of winter. You always ask us the questions.
No, they got our people in the and then I'll say the American people. This is another thing too, like the Olympics is going on.
Yes.
Them people they will protest. Yeah. French people will protest. They will stop something and be like, yo, this ain't right. And I respect them more than these liberal Americans just joke about shit that they should be protesting about.
Right.
This one guy was like, at my job, he was a customer and he was like, they just arrested El Chapo. He's gonna be out of jail. He's gonna break out soon. And I was like, he's gonna break out in American jail? Yeah, because he's a cartel. And I was like, how do they have so much power here? I don't know, man. You know, he was like, and then he was like, they're in power because of us. And I was like, what do you mean because of us? Not me. Well, he was like, well. Then he tried to touch my shoulder. He was like, well, you know, everybody does coke, you know. We all got to stop doing coke, and then they wouldn't be having power up here. And he just said it like a goofy way, and I was like, well, then stop doing coke. How did we do that? And then because I was like, I heard that they controlled that trade and took it out of the hands of the local gangs and shit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I would just only be buying local coke. Why? It was like, we got to put them out of business or something like that. Why do they have so much power up here?
Right.
But they just love making jokes about that, or like how daily the person who sold every city should be getting paid for their parking.
Right.
It shouldn't be a private company getting the money because it's not going to the city.
It's
Every
not
city
going
should
to
get
the
paid.
city, and the deal that he took was a bad deal.
It was 99 years and all that stuff. But when you talk to some people about it and they start laughing, and I just want to be like, why are you laughing? He did the deal. It's like 99 years. And like, it's to like some private equity company that's like owned by like some Saudi Arabia people. And like, dude, and the prices keep going up every year. That's how people talk about the parking in Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, why are you smiling? Why are you saying it to where like we'll both start laughing? Like it's not that. This is fucked up.
Especially if you're using the parking, you're being totally affected by it. Your ass shouldn't be laughing one bit.
My car has been towed 4 times. Then it's like $300 to get your car out each time and shit.
And they play a little hide and seek.
It's like $1,200.
You don't even know the hell your car is.
Yeah, depending on which part of the city is towed in. If your car gets towed downtown, it's going to Lower Wacker. I got towed on Milwaukee and Addison, or at Milwaukee and where was it? Western area, so Bucktown area. So they took it to like Sacramento and Division. But then one person, he was like an Asian guy. He was in there drunk. He said he was in Pilsen or something like that. They towed his car from Pilsen, and then he thought that he had to go there. They were like, no, the South Side one is on 100 and something street.
Oh,
so he was like, once you're south of Roosevelt or something like that, that's when cars get towed. They go all the way down there.
That's wild. That is extreme.
Yeah, so it's just like bullshit like that, man. Like but when people laugh about getting fucked by like billionaire corporations and stuff, or like Detroit, when you're just like, I moved here for public transportation. And you talk to somebody about it and they'll be like, well, they don't have that because the big 3 are there. They'll block that stuff, man. They block the buses. It's the big Ford and Chrysler. They block that stuff. And I'm like, oh, the same people who was begging for a handout for the government a couple years ago, begging. Yeah. Government was like, you drove here in a private jet, bitch. Come here in one of your little cars next time.
Right.
Made them go back and come back in the Lincolns. Look, we drove in the cars we drive. Give us the money. Like, it was like, them people, they blocking the trains from us, and you laughing? That's man, they block it, dude. They won't let Detroit have that. They're like, okay, they barely got shit themselves. It's called Daimler Chrysler now. They can't handle their business. They had to get a European company come in and handle shit. Man. Daimler, Fiat.
Yeah.
When one person said Fiat stands for fix it again, Tony. That ain't no. What type of shit is that? We went from those are fine American cars, and now they're made jack shit now.
Yeah.
So like,
outsourcing all over the place. Yep. And no, these people absolutely like they just love the conversation and damn near trauma bonding over being in a fucked up situation. Like it's like, you know, we can't do nothing else but to laugh.
Yeah, no, I don't like that because then they know when they can protest against somebody black. Mm-hmm. They don't laugh about they don't laugh, and I guess O.J. Simpson probably did murder those people and get away. Like they don't do that shit. They be like he died and got away.
Absolutely.
Nah, and I love when people
know he did that shit.
I hate when people, man, and then it be some people with those jokes, and then I got my joke. My joke hits harder with the O.J. joke. Mm-hmm. When I talk about like, hey, everything's fake, and I'm like, Lil Wayne got a lyric that says, I'm a O.J. Simpson that pussy.
I don't know if I was aware of that.
Yeah, it was like on the Carter 5 or something like that. One of the newest Carters.
Okay.
It came out like a year or two ago. He said, girl, I'm a O.J. Simpson that pussy. And then I was listening to it. I was like, I can't imagine Lil Wayne being falsely accused of murdering somebody's pussy. The fuck is that? Lil Wayne probably a virgin saying shit like that. He'll say anything.
He literally will say anything. Everything he says is a cliche.
Yeah, I'm like, that didn't happen, Lil Wayne. The cartel killed that bitch. Like, that was like... So is the cartel fucking the pussy that you were supposed to be fucking? Like, what's happening?
What exactly are you doing with the pussy? All right,
yeah.
Explain that to me. Give me the breakdown on that.
It's like him saying, I'm a moon landing that pussy. I'll be like, that didn't happen either, Lil Wayne. You a dread-ass liar. You like, what the fuck? We're going to make Lil Wayne and these politicians tell us the truth. Because this is some bullshit. This is like tired of getting lied to, bro.
Tired of getting lied to. One way or another. Gotta be thinking some shit is going on in this world and it's not.
Yeah, that shit is stupid. So
Who's paying you, Lil Wayne?
yeah, why you just saying stupid shit? And then when OJ died and they was doing more stuff that, man, I didn't want to end the podcast on the OJ Simpson note, but just those cuts that they was getting was not normal cuts. You don't get those kind of cuts in a fight. OJ didn't do those kind of cuts. One girl, she basically got a Colombian necktie. Like they kind of under stress. Like she almost got her. They cut her head all the way until the spine. And then they never talk about if they pulled her tongue out or not. So that's the one thing that could be hearsay or not. Right. But they did literally cut her to the spine. What's the purpose of doing that? To basically make her head a Pez dispenser? Why would you do that? And it's just like, you're not that mad at a bitch to do that. So it's not, and then he didn't have any marks on him or anything like that. But then this goes back with the jokes. They did a lot of cocaine, so they were basically crackheads. Why would you kill 2 white crackheads and then move to Florida where there are more killable white crackheads?
Right.
That's what. Do you know what I'm saying? It's more problematic. The coke is probably better down there. I don't know. So it's
assume. Hey,
he probably dated more white women that was in the cocaine down there. He didn't kill nobody down there.
Right.
So it was
they probably didn't make him mad either.
No, but I know how, like, you just don't. How one person's like, OJ likes white people too much. He likes white people too much to kill some white people and then move and be around more white people.
Right. That's the biggest thing.
It don't work like that. Like these white people I hate in this neighborhood. If I have to hit or bust one of them upside the head, I'm gonna move to Hyde Park or something like that. I got to recharge my batteries in Bronzeville, or something like, you know what I mean? Like
you be in Inglewood or something like that.
Yeah, like I'm gonna recharge my batteries somewhere else. I'm gonna be like, I'm tired of them questionary ass motherfuckers. Like it was just, I'm not gonna move to like Fort Lauderdale and shit.
No, it's like doing something in Bucktown and moving to Wicker Park. It ain't gonna do all that.
Yeah, or just I wouldn't move to another state that's just as wild. With the same type of upper class people doing the same type of shit,
right?
You know, so it was like he would have moved to Atlanta, if he really killed his white wife and her lover out of rage. He'd be like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm gonna be around my people.
Have you read his book?
No, I think he did that just to kind of feed because it's the If I Did It book.
Yeah.
That's some shit just to get people riled up.
I kind of felt that way. I haven't read it myself, but I kind of felt that, okay, I'm really going to.
I would never do that. That's like you beating a drug charge and then being like, what if I was a drug dealer? Like, wasn't you just fighting for your life in court?
Right.
How was this?
It's a really detailed thing about how I'd go out there and
if I was dealing drugs, even though my grandma had to sell her house to keep me out of the county. But just in case, if I was, I'll be doing it like this. Like, what?
You know why I didn't do it, but now I know how I would do it.
My stat house wouldn't have been in Chicago. It would have been on the other side of Harlem, in the other side. What is that, Berwyn or some shit? It would have been.
It would have been in Hammond, Indiana. I would have been across the border. Chicago.
Yeah, I would have been over there, and then I just walk across one street. Then I'm back in Illinois selling the shit. See, that's how I would have did it. If I did it, but I wasn't doing it. Like, that makes no sense to make a book like that unless you just like, let me just make some money off this stupid shit.
And that's exactly, I'm sure he was about the money.
Yeah, because it's like, even if you did it and you got away, you don't want to bring people back towards that anyway. That's like sometimes people drive past the crime scene.
Yeah.
No,
the ones that actually do the crime, they had to
that's
just to see.
Yeah, that's somebody doing that. Like no, it's not like that. If you really got away and you trying to stay away, you know,
get your ass away. You ain't come back to nothing. You gone.
I don't think so. No. Oh, and then another thing with that, I guess there's some phone records that's sealed for 75 years or something like that. Oh. But they basically sealed. They have phone records. Those would be the two things I would bring up if I was debating somebody. I'm like, why are these phone records sealed? Where Nicole and OJ are both on the phone. It can prove that they're on the phone when they say the times that the killings happened.
Oh,
Like Nicole for sure called her mom and called like 3 other people the day where they were supposed to be killed. And it's some phone records that they have sealed that they never talk about. They have that sealed, and then you can see, or when you Google Columbia necktie, Nicole, whatever, you can see where it was articles where they were trying to get that taken out of the court orders. I don't know if they got it taken out or not, but Johnny Cochran was in the court saying that. He was like, "Hey, these people got a Columbia necktie.
right.
This is some drug shit." Another person said there was blood everywhere, but she didn't have blood on her bottom of her feet at all.
Oh, yeah.
So that was just something where people just holding you down and doing shit to you, and then they just throw you down when they done.
Yeah, it's not you running around and you're bleeding.
There you go. See, like a normal thing. Stab, stab, stab. I'm running. I'm doing stuff.
I'm getting away. I'm trying to fight for my life. That sort of thing.
They said there was no blood on the bottom of her feet at all. But then it's like they said the Ron guy he's got bruises on his hand. He was really punching. He was really doing shit where like the person who he was hitting, if he was hitting OJ, if OJ is the only person that did it, OJ gotta have some lumps.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's pictures of they took pictures of OJ body and stuff. You can see that on the internet where you can see him with his shirt off and his back and stuff. He got no scratches. He got no bruises.
Mm-hmm.
He'll for sure be bruised up. It'll be for sure some kind of. And then I guarantee, you know how sometimes people, like people fight and they be like, "I'm hitting you in the face." It's a fight like this.
Right.
I guarantee when it's getting dirty and shit, you scratching. You're just like, "Oh shit."
You're just doing whatever.
He's stabbing.
Yeah.
It's like,
right.
yeah. So it's like, oh, I'm scratching now.
Yeah.
I'm hitting you in your balls now. Like this is not.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for my life and shit. This is what it is. This is a prison fight now.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, it's some of that stuff. I'm like, he had to have done something like that to that person. The person who really stepped in was like hurt for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. While we ended on that, I think we might have to end on that. We've been going for an hour 30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get ready to watch this House of Dragon. Hopefully, it's not a lot of incest stuff going on. I do need to tweet about that because I know what's gonna happen. So I do like to be ahead. Like, hey, if this happens, y'all don't be surprised. But I see this coming. So
you're gonna be seeing them coming in a second.
Yeah, or just some bullshit. I see this about to happen, y'all. And I love how black people have been driving the hashtags with that too.
For what? Which hashtags?
For the Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. When like they want to do Game of Thrones hashtag GOT.
Okay, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then black people did them thrones.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, them thrones.
Oh,
and then they didn't, and it's not official. And then when the dragon thing came out, people started doing them dragons. And so, dude, let's see. Like, I'm about to do a hashtag them dragons. Next time I'm gonna have it where you can see what I do on the TV. Let's see. Hashtag them dragons. Boom.
Now, was them thrones? Was that a Black Twitter thing?
Yeah, I don't know. See, I want them to see who did it. But then even when you type in them thrones, because people still watch like when you watch this, you'll watch the dragon and shit. You'll rewatch Game of Thrones. Let's see, people. Yeah, people still typing in on like 3 hours ago. Okay. Boom. Yay, I can still live stream back on. Yeah, see, so look, if you type in them thrones, people still use the them thrones.
I see that
one too. So yeah, it's yeah, it's a fun thing. And then it's at this place called the Burlington. I don't know, I don't know if I should give them shine. They're good. They're a cool place. The Burlington, they show it. It gets real crowded in there. What was I gonna say? They used to have a comedy mic afterwards. It got kind of. They postponed it because the host would be like, "Everybody shut up," and all this kind of stuff. It would be funny, but then it's like, no, these people are just riled up, man. They just saw a person get burned up by a dragon, or they just saw some kind of weird. Somebody's uncle just have, be like, "I love you," to their niece or some shit. So
Right.
it was
So everybody's still turned up on 12, watching all that, and he's trying to like.
yeah, he's like, y'all shut up, listen to this comedy. It's like, yeah, and then it'll be bands walking from the back. I got one, I recorded it because they just walking from the back, and then while you're talking, and then I'll just be like, oh shit, yeah, that was offensive, wasn't it? Yeah, y'all leaving. I feel it. And then they'll be walking out, and then it'll be like, yeah, the one person one time I was like, yeah, I was like, I lost my virginity while you guys were playing. Yeah, good music. Great music.
Probably one of them to like tilt the hat to you.
Yeah, no, and then they'll have like all their band shit in their hand. They just got to keep walking. Like everybody laughing. They just keep walking to the van or whatever they got. They got to stuff that shit back. Go back to Minnesota.
Oh man.
So yeah, man. So I think we do you got anything for sale? Are you selling anything? Are you
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. We're just chilling. No selling at the moment.
oh, okay. I mean, well soon I'm gonna have plastic time shirts for sale. Or something. I gotta make some money because people everybody's making money but me. I need the money more. Some of these people don't even need this money.
Yep. Amen to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Even the Tuah girl, she was like, I was taking care of my grandma working at the spring factory. She is not making it seem like she was broke.
Right.
She was just like, yeah, I just had to quit school to come back home. You know, but I'm just chilling. You saw me having fun with my girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like she wasn't like hey, it's bad out here and just fucking.
She sounded content, even if it was like the most glamorous job in the world. She was content with what she was doing in her life. She was
Yeah.
like, okay. And then, now I just did one little thing, and I'm viral, and I'm making.
I am absolutely not content. I am ready to move up. I'm ready to level up.
Yes.
I'm ready to be
We
on some
need to level
shows.
up. Yes, indeed.
I'm ready to be going at least one place a week. I don't know, or just 2 places a month. Let's start there.
Yes.
Or just it's just some shit. But yeah, it was like, no, we ready to get it popping. So I'm on DJ Slider Bite on everything. I'm trying to keep DJ Slider Bite. I really want to change my my PlayStation name is DJ Slider Bite, but I think my video game name should go back to being a video game name. We need to go back to those days where people just had outrageous video game names.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, I had a good one. I'll tell you what my name was off screen on Xbox. And then when I changed it to Booby Tuesdays, because that was my first Twitter name.
Okay. I think I still follow your
Booby Tuesdays,
yeah.
which is funny. Booby Tuesdays is funny. That can kind of be a funny game name, but no, I'll tell y'all. I'll say it on here. But the game name I had at first was Sir Doodoo Fresh. Because I was into the hyphy movement. It was like Doodoo Hyphy Fresh and Stinky Fresh and shit.
Shout out to Mac Dre, the West
Yeah,
Coast,
Mac Dre and Fabby Davis, Mr. Fabby Davis.
Yep, absolutely, yep.
And so it was Sir _ Doodoo Fresh. And then and I would have it like that. And then like I remember I used to play Call of Duty, and then people would have helicopters, and then you could shoot them down with a rocket launcher.
Oh wow! Okay.
At one time I was doing that, and this person was like, "Who the fuck is Sir Doodoo Fresh? Every time I have a helicopter, he shoots it down." who is this? He said, "Who is Sir Doodoo Fresh?" 3 times, and I was like, "That's funny as hell. That's funny. I like being a menace with a stupid ass name." And he was like, "Who the fuck is Sir Doodoo Fresh?" So,
the cherry on top of being upset.
Yeah, it was just so funny. Like, who is this Sir Doodoo Fresh, man? Shit. It was like, and then I changed it to Booby Tuesdays, and I remember some friends from Hazel Park. We was on the Xbox, and he was like, "You changed it." Nah, man, it was so fun. It was. I felt how he was like, "Oh, nah, man, I like the Sir Doodoo Fresh dude." Like he was like kind of sad a little bit. He was like, "Nah, like Booby Tuesdays, yeah." Sir Doodoo Fresh, yes. It was
It's like that. Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, nah. So I think PlayStation will let you change the name back because I'm on PlayStation right now. I'm doing PlayStation just because it's what you had to stick with. Or, like the name, the brand recognition you've been having PlayStation. Everybody's always had a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I might have to switch. I might have to, Xbox flows a little bit more.
Yeah.
It flows a little bit more, and, it's, I don't know. We'll see. I'll make a decision, but I don't want to switch stuff like that. I can get a contract with PlayStation. They could pay me.
Absolutely.
We'll see. But we're gonna let's see. I'm gonna start the music if this is the button.
My name is my name.
Oh no, that's the my name button. All right then. My name is my name.
Yes, indeed.
Here we go. Here it is. And that was the Slider Cast for today. Almost at the end of the month, we're gonna have to pay rent soon. Don't want to date the show, but I guess every time you listen to this, you got to pay rent. Think about paying the rent. This has been the Slider Cast. We're not doing nothing but going viral and getting famous. I went viral before I lost my virginity, man. That's crazy, you know. But that's insane. But besides that, you know, it's DJ Slider Bites signing off on Andrew. We're gonna try to get Andrew on the internet too, so because we both need this money.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you know, I hate that we sound like we was begging towards the end, but we weren't begging, but we need the money though.
We're gonna start dropping some cash apps in a second.
Yeah, that is low-key begging. I like when it's on there, but when you say it, you beg it. But I think when it's on there, it's kind of like you do what you feel.
Right. When you start saying, well, I got cash app, I got Zelle, I got Venmo.
Yeah,
to
me, I feel like that's the begging. But just when it's on, even if it's just in your name, then it's like, all right, it's just in my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little Cash App thing is in my name. But then when you like that Cash App, that's the begging. But then if you had a T-shirt for sale, it's kind of weird. It's a weird thing. If you got a T-shirt for sale, that ain't begging. Because you'd be like, I got shit for sale.
Because
you get something in return. Yeah, see, I shouldn't even said all that. That made me look not as smart as I am. So look, man, I'm DJ Slider Bite. I'm about to get out of here and watch the hopefully don't get disgusted by seeing something weird on House of Dragon tonight, you guys. All right, y'all have a great night, man. Don't let anybody change y'all.